All right, here we are. Ready?
I guess.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode, what is this, 3?
3.
This is 3. Welcome to episode 3 of the WIUPodcast. We have a new member here today. We'll go around and introduce ourselves. I am Walker Ford, a.k.a. DJ Dynamite. And with us, the new guy.
Mike Gosnell, sports director at WIUP-FM.
Yeah, he did it so professional, but he looks professional too, so.
All right. I am Nick Eiginger, a.k.a. DJ Ike. I do media mixes on Friday, which is 2 to 4. Listen to me.
Yes, I'm Steve Farrell, a.k.a. Salty Steve of the 7 Seas, a.k.a. DJ Blowy and the Hootfish. I do the median mix on Thursdays from 2 to 4.
Are we doing shows too?
Yeah.
I didn't do my
might
show.
as well.
Hey, I'm Progressions on Fridays,
Yes.
6 to 8.
And Mike,
Throw that in there.
Are you going to do an interview?
it's. I'm asking you like
It's
one
the hot
question.
seat.
Yeah, you're the
Whatever.
hot seat,
All right.
Mike. Now, we usually have music-oriented DJs on our podcast, or we have thus far, but since you're sports, I'm just going to ask you, what's your favorite sport and why?
Hockey, because I've been watching it since I was 2 years old.
Do you have like a particularly favorite athlete
Or
or team or era of
Team
team?
New York Rangers.
Okay.
Athlete, not really.
Okay.
Sidney Crosby.
Do you play hockey?
I used to play hockey.
Have you been in any intense hockey fights?
Yeah,
Sweet.
You went
I have.
Did you
to a
like
fight
punch
and
people?
a hockey game broke out.
No, into hockey. Yeah, exactly.
When you-
I've
it was
been
amazing. It was
I've been
beautiful.
in about 5, maybe. And I'm not a fighter in real life.
You're a lover, Mike.
Yeah,
we
you're not
know.
a fighter, you're a lover.
Did you ever play golf after playing hockey?
I play golf to this day. I
Is
love
it
golf.
exactly like Happy Gilmore portrays it?
No.
Oh.
No one does that.
That's really
You'd
disappointing.
actually get kicked off the damn course if you do that.
Are you trying to tell us
Really?
an Adam Sandler movie is unrealistic, Mike?
Are you serious?
So Little Nicky wasn't real?
No, Little Nicky wasn't real. I think Billy Madison was real because that's my
So the
favorite
methods
Adam
used in
Sandler
anger
movie.
management are unconventional?
Oh.
What?
Wasn't Jack Nicholson in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Wasn't
It's-
that
it's-
wasn't that like
That's
a
anger
straight to
management.
DVD?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't straight to DVD.
Wasn't
Anger
Not?
Management was like one of. Yeah, that's the one you guys are talking about with
Yeah.
Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
That was like one of his better movies.
Was it
ever.
really?
I
never
guess.
watched it.
Like his movies now are fucking horrible.
I
Yeah.
mean,
There's Grown Ups.
they've never been
Grown
great.
Ups 2.
Yeah.
Jack and Jill.
Jack,
was fucking
Jack and
horrible.
Jill
That
is a
one-
masterpiece.
He won Worst Actor and Worst Actress for the Golden
Razzies.
Poops or
The
whatever.
Razzies.
The
yeah.
Golden Poops?
There's a thing that's the Golden Poop Award is the thing EA always wins for the worst company of the year.
Oh.
It's funny.
Who does the Golden Poops?
I think it's just the Golden Poop Award.
Is it just one award?
its own
It's just
entity.
one award that's the worst company of the year.
It's the worst company of the year? There should
Yeah.
just be an award.
EA won like 3 years in a row.
They're horrible. Like EA, I buy their games. I haven't bought an EA game for a while. I only
You
buy
don't
the
buy,
sports games because I heard people were really pissed off about the Mass Effect ending,
Yeah.
and that's one
Well,
of the
it's
reasons
just-
why they.
I don't
got
mind
rid
the
of
Mass
Wait,
Effect
when
ending.
Games are like, here's a $60 game. By the way, while this is in beta, we're already starting DLC.
Yeah.
That makes me sad. That's why I don't like EA.
But you gotta. Okay. Well, see, Steve, I'm gonna say it. Here's the thing. When you think about it, the reason I saw this today. Okay, I'm taking this from another podcast I watched earlier on today.
You listen to
The reason and the way that they presented this makes perfect sense as to why DLC and all that sort of stuff like that is a thing, as like opposing to adding things after the full $60 price. It's nobody wants to pay more for a video game, and so they could put all that extra content in there and charge more, but nobody wants to pay
Okay, I'm
$80 for a
fine
video
with-
game.
Like DLC at a later point. I think you should maybe do DLC after the game comes out, not start a game with $60 worth of DLC storyline.
What games have done that?
Plenty.
a lot of games have done it. I don't know any offhand.
I mean, all the Assassin's Creeds are doing that.
That's
Oh,
right.
Okay,
Not
I'm not a huge
really,
Assassin's
though.
Creed guide, so
I played the first one and I hated it. So
Assassin's Creed Unity gave the Dead Kings DLC for free. They were like, yeah, we realized we did it wrong because we were starting a new engine, so here, have it for free.
Like,
I played it.
the company that somewhat did it right was Irrational Games because they started the DLC after the game came out.
Yeah, but they didn't finish it. See see
What do you mean they didn't finish it?
they didn't finish it. They had
they
like
did.
more ideas, but they couldn't because they got shut down. So they charged
No,
people
they
for the
didn't
season
They didn't
pass.
get shut down for that reason.
No,
They got
but
shut down
they
'cause
did
Ken
get
Levine
shut
just wasn't
down.
feeling it anymore.
So there was
he
like
can do what he wants.
Yeah,
I love
he
Kevin
can do what he
Durant.
wants. Do you want to continue the interview, or
Yeah.
do you have any more questions?
No, that was about
No.
it.
Is that about it?
this
That
is a
one
video game
question.
podcast
that,
now.
that one
Yeah.
question that you asked.
I called it a
So
micro
to
interview.
the actual
man.
music for WIU podcast.
Yes.
You want to start with Jack White?
I mean, we can.
I
It's
have his
not.
thing up.
It's a bit of a follow up, but
Yeah.
the last episode we talked ad nauseum about Jack White's guacamole scandal with the University of Oklahoma, and since then he has released a personal letter, an open letter explaining his view, and
He was saying that nothing on that list was for him. It was for his crew members and his band.
he claims that the guacamole recipe is an
Was
inside
a
joke.
Yeah, the guacamole was a joke.
Here's the exact quote. This guacamole recipe is my hilarious tour manager's inside joke with the local promoters. It's his recipe, not mine. Also, I have the letter here. There is nothing capitalized in this entire thing.
Eh.
Like it's just
I mean,
uncapitalized.
he's on tour. I don't expect
Yeah.
him to sit down and
Here, no.
proofread.
See,
On his
Thing.
typewriter.
Well, that's violation of basic principle of the English language.
all you have to do is just
I don't
hit
think that's
shift.
the basic. I think the basic principle
The
of the
basic
English
principle.
language
Look
is
at
to have
you
a
see what
noun
I'm
and a
saying
verb
here,
in a
right?
sentence.
None of the sentences
true,
are
too.
capitalized. Nothing.
I mean, it could be just that
Okay,
website
so let's get
doing
to the
it.
question of it. Do you think this is a cover-up, or do you think he's being sincere in saying it was for his band members and it was not his recipe? It was just a joke.
it's a
It
cover
could
up.
it could be either.
It's
honestly.
an inside job.
So it's a cover guac.
A cover guac.
Oh.
It's the
Mike.
name of my new band.
Cover guac.
Cover guac.
You only
Cover
play
guac.
cover songs.
About guacamole and or Jack White.
Yes. You play Jack
Avocados.
White songs with guacamole incorporated into the cover.
We use like instruments carved out of avocados.
Oh.
Like I have
That's
an
really
ocarina
innovative.
made out of an avocado.
And of Carena?
I
Maybe.
don't know.
Okay.
We're
This
learning.
is
Avocarena.
I know.
This-
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
well. I was gonna transition into our first new topic, but
That's fine. Go ahead.
you can.
No.
Okay.
No, it's
I'm-
fine.
I'm an-
Steve.
That was.
I'm a
You're
newcomer,
being very
so you
passive
can
aggressive,
do that.
Mike. I don't know. Well, I
Mike's
was
the
just saying.
best.
One of you mentioned a cover up, and that's a pretty good segue into our first headline for this episode, and it is it has to do with the singer of Blink 182, Tom DeLonge, and for those
You
of
just
you,
probably butchered that.
Isn't it
fucking
just
name.
Tom DeLonge?
Yes,
DeLonge?
Tom DeLonge.
I
Yeah.
think it's Tom.
Yeah, I was
DeLonge.
just looking out.
I was being
catchy.
fancy. All right, never mind.
He's not French.
It's DELONGE.
I think that's
I
Dutch.
think it's
Anyway.
DeLonge. I don't know.
This guy, he's a singer for Blink 182, and in the recent weeks, he got kicked out of the band. And
I did not know that.
yeah, he
I
got
didn't
kicked
know
out of
that,
the
yeah.
band. And a couple days ago, he did this interview in which he claims that he has knowledge of UFOs and Area 51, and he claims that the government is tapping his phones as a result. And I have a quote from him, and it's very long. It's very long and dragged out, but he claims, one of the things he claims is that this is a quote, "I've literally read 200 books on the subject, and I don't spend my time looking at UFO reports or talking to little green men. I'm way past that. If anybody tells you there's no life in the universe, you should be turned off. That's such a dumb thing to say. It's totally universally accepted amongst the country's elite scientific establishments that there's life everywhere."
Isn't.
Yeah. And then he also talks about how there's a secret space program, and I'm scrolling through. He talks about how he had an encounter at Area 51. We camped out at the northern end of that, about 200 miles from the nearest staff location. We were above an area called Tonopah, which is where they test fly a lot of different things. So if you remember, I was talking about a person that was gathering all that footage for the congressional hearing. Footage, I think, is of aliens. That person was telling me that the big belief, which I had corroborated by a university professor that was in the know, by the way, and then he just rambles on.
This guy's a damned idiot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
he keeps going
What
on.
kind-
My whole body felt like it had static electricity, and I opened my eyes, and the fire is still going. That's just another.
I feel like this is
Did
just
he
like
get
one
abducted? Is that what
trip
he's saying?
That just hasn't like ended for him yet.
I don't think he's saying he got abducted. He's saying he had an encounter with aliens.
Is Blink-182 a band known for drug use?
They're like
I mean,
a
they're a band.
they're a
I know
pop
they're
punk band.
I know they're a band, Walker. I know Blink 182. Who Blink 182
I wouldn't
are.
say they're.
I don't think they're known for
Yeah,
drug
they-
use, but I don't think anybody would be surprised.
Yeah.
if
I just
they
figured it was
announced that they use hard
probably
drugs
an
on a daily
assumed.
basis.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that what you just read just
it is crazy ramblings, and I gotta say, if aliens do exist, I'd be really disappointed if one of the first humans they made contact with was the
him.
singer from Blink 182.
They came down in
His
like piece.
music,
They had like everything ready.
His shitty-ish music just really reached
Yeah.
out to them.
Wait, is
This
Blink,
is the greatest.
is the Blink 182? Is that the one that did the dog song?
Yeah.
yes. I was gonna bring that. That was the first song I ever listened to as a young boy
Huh.
of Blink 182. It's Scarred for Life. I do like Blink 182's.
That song is the unofficial theme song of my house, actually.
Is it
/ last year's
your house here or your house back in
Here.
Virginia?
Not my house back in Virginia.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you,
it's
do you
really
sing
weird.
that song
the,
with your mom?
the Eichinger family theme song,
Yeah,
Blink
that is
182.
not the
Do your mom and
case.
grandma sing that song duet?
I
That's how
hope
he falls
so,
asleep at
on
night.
some level. I hope that has been a thing or will be a thing, but I don't think it will ever happen.
Anything's possible, Nick. Aliens exist.
Would you sing that duet with your mom? Like if your
Yeah,
mom said, "Hey
It
Nick,"
depends. I don't know. It depends on the situation. It
No, let me-
Depends on the
how drunk she
situation.
Let me
is,
ask you guys.
depends on how drunk
Let me
she
ask you
is.
guys this: Do you believe there's life outside of Earth?
I do.
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's possible.
aliens?
I'm not gonna say like.
not gonna yeah, I don't
straight
think-
up you're wrong if you don't think there.
I feel
is.
like it's far too unlikely to assume that there's not at least one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even on just like a bacterial level or something
What
like
was
that.
the quote that was like? I forgot who said it, but there's two possibilities about space. Either there's intelligent life out there, or there isn't. Both are equally terrifying.
I like the one where I can't remember who said it. I think it was, I don't know, some dude. He said
You think it was some dude?
yeah, it was some dude. He
It
said
could've been a
my,
dude,
my
could've been a
grandpa
dog,
uses
who
this thing all
knows?
the time when talking about like NASA. He said they're still looking for intelligent life, and I think they're wasting your time because we still haven't found any on Earth yet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude. Oh man. Well.
I agree with that.
Horns going on.
Yeah?
Now, Walker, you seem like a person that believes the human race is inherently stupid.
Yeah,
I believe that too. I just what I was inferring.
you're
from
sitting
your-
in the same room as me. This is 3.
This is a more exclusive club than the Illuminati. Is the people Walker
is it?
considers like intelligent.
Interesting.
But
and
I want to
good.
know what scientific bodies have come out, like he
Yeah.
says, and all the scientific community has supported this. Yeah, bullshit.
I think most
The-
of the
the
scientific
foremost
community
authority that I
You know
believes-
what it
listen to.
is? I feel like he's good friends with Rob Dyrdek, and Rob Dyrdek had that moment a couple years ago.
He did.
Aw.
How
It
he
was the thing
experienced
about, like,
aliens.
He helped co-found Alien Skateboard Company, and
Okay.
he was like, because I made that, I feel like they're reaching out to me now.
Really?
And he had
Wow.
it was very brief, like
I hate
weird
that.
thing, but
Was
That
it just
guy's
like a
such a
bad week for
douchebag.
him, or is that
I
a
don't
thing
know.
that? I thought he was like a sane person. Rob Dyrdek's the guy who did the
Well,
Rob and
no,
Big
I
Show,
feel
right?
like-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Fantasy
ridiculousness.
Factor
Yeah.
and stuff.
Are
I feel
those-
like because he is like a really smart businessman. I feel like he says and does crazy things just because he's going on TV.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay.
Because he is like one of the smartest businessmen around.
'Cause I
Is
always
he?
saw him as a pretty level-headed dude. Yeah. But I
Well,
just
he
I
falls.
thought
He designs skateboards, so how smart can he be?
I mean,
I mean, he's
Well,
rich.
Business-wise,
he's
he's probably
he-
very.
He funds different companies. Like he's an angel investor for like multiple companies.
All right.
And he hasn't been wrong about them yet. Like
wow.
Does he
Go
still
Rob
hang out
Dyrdek.
with what was the guy's name from Rob and Big? The big one.
Christopher Big Black Boykin.
Yeah. Does he still hang out with that guy?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
Or Rob Dyrdek, correspondent Nick Eiginger.
Senior Rob
I mean,
Dyrdek.
I had a phase where I watched a lot of his shows. I've kind of grown out of it, like watching.
we watched
Fantasy Factor and
Ridiculousness.
Robin
I watched
like, a lot
Ridiculousness
last
once,
semester.
and it was. It just
Harley
didn't connect with
Morenstein
me.
was on one of them.
Oh,
I remember
See,
we
here's
watched
how
that
I
I don't
one.
watch
see
that
it.
one.
Ridiculousness. Rob Dyrdek is not as funny, but there are more videos, and there are funny videos than Tosh.0.
He's not.
Oh, Tosh.0 is
bad,
very
though.
overrated. I mean,
I just think
that ship.
because when I'm
sailed.
watching these things, I don't care about your commentary. I care about the amount of funny videos there are.
Yeah,
And
I don't
feel
know. I like some of the
Ridiculousness
commentary.
is a little better than.
I like his guests more
I
often
don't.
than
I
I
don't
like
like
him.
Tosh.0.
You don't like
I don't like.
Tosh.0?
I don't like Daniel.
I like
Tosh.
Daniel Tosh's
Oh,
stand-up. I
his
just don't
stand-up
like
is amazing.
Tosh.0.
So good.
Take it. I can take it.
Sometimes he's, I don't know, hit or miss for me.
So
I've
should
never
we-
listened to his stand-up though. So.
should
we
go
wanna
on
transition?
to the next crazy musician?
Oh, can I
Um,
introduce this one?
Go ahead,
Mr.
Walker.
Afro Man.
All right, so 2001 there was a hit. The song was called "Because I Got High." You've probably heard the song.
And
Guy who
Coldplay
did that was
Fire.
Nick. I know you
Or
sang that one a
Crazy
lot.
Rap, right? Isn't that what it's called? Crazy Rap.
I'm not the Afro Man guy here.
The guy who wrote the song was Joseph Edgar Foreman, aka Afro Man, and
Is
he
he from
was
Jamaica?
No,
I don't
Just
know,
just
maybe.
out of curiosity.
I think
okay.
he's from California.
I don't know.
That
Doesn't
makes
say.
even more sense, actually.
So he was playing a show at Biloxi, Mississippi on Tuesday
Good
night,
job on the name.
and some girl came up on the stage. She came up from behind the stage and kind of
And
snuck
she was
up.
just kind of like drinking and dancing.
Yes, and she
on
like
stage
started like
behind him.
rubbing up on him, and so
Wait, no, you gotta say he was jamming out. Like
he
right?
was jamming
He
out.
wasn't rapping. I guess he does a lot of like bluesy kind of stuff
Yeah.
for his shows
I was
too.
surprised.
So he was jamming out on his guitar,
Oh.
and this woman just like sneaks up behind him dancing.
And that scared him a little bit, so he turns around, just straight decks her.
Yeah,
Like-
it wasn't a punch. It was
It
like
was
a,
yeah.
It was a
Crush.
It was a hook, right? Like a hook punch, whatever, a right hook. But he missed her head with the fist and just got it with the forearm and elbow.
It
so it was
looked-
like a
slammed her
clothesline
down.
punch. Like,
It looked like a
slammed her down.
cartoon,
It was
like
crazy.
a cartoon or like a Quentin Tarantino movie where everything's just super exaggerated. She just hit the ground. It was
the best part.
She was there and then
was
she
it
was
only
gone.
took him 4 measures to recover, and then he started playing his guitar again, like
Yeah.
nothing happened.
after he hit her, he looked down at her like, "Oh, well, I did that." Turned back around, and it
And
just started going
I
again.
know everyone who's been tweeting about it asked if he was high. He was not high, so
Aw.
that's not going to be. a
Oh
new
my
verse.
God.
He was
He
afterwards.
was arrested at the end of the show.
I read somewhere he apologized. So
Probably.
there's that.
Well,
I mean-
what his lawyer said was it's not.
Or no,
that
I
he's
have
like,
his tweet right
"Who
here.
is this girl? I'm gonna punch her in the face." It was, you sneak up on a guy who's like in the zone on stage, and you touch him, he's gonna freak out. Like,
Did
it's
she
just a
touch him?
react- Yeah.
Yeah, she
Ooh.
was rubbing up on him.
What are you
His
doing,
rep,
lady?
his rep had
Oh.
a statement, and he said, "This is a completely involuntary reflex reaction to people infringing on his stage space. It was an uncharacteristic behavior that was initiated by outside uncontrolled forces." And
Because he got high.
the afternoon after the afternoon afterwards, he gave a tweet that was I guess his reaction to it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That was it.
I feel like it's like it reminds me. I give him the benefit of the doubt, saying it was like an involuntary thing. It reminds me of that one of the first YouTube videos that went viral, the "Never Scare a Black Guy," where it was like a high school and they were interviewing this dude, and it was Halloween, and he was like, "So what are your plans for Halloween?" And he started talking, and like 4 seconds into his answer, a dude with a mask jumped out of the trash can right behind him and screamed. The black dude just turned around, punched him in the face, and then like kept going with the interview. And it just reminded me of that. Like,
We watched that video with similarly with one of his prank videos with a dinosaur, and a dude just straight punched
Oh,
a
yeah,
dinosaur in the
yeah.
face. I mean, there was no one in the dinosaur's
like
face,
I
but
feel like if you call the police because you scare someone and they punch you, like that's really dumb.
Yeah.
shouldn't
But you
call
don't
the
hit a
police for
woman.
that. He didn't know
I
it
don't.
was a woman.
He didn't
like-
know, but I
yeah, I watched the video a lot of times because it was really funny. But it does look like there was a moment where he's just like, she snuck up on him, and it was. I agree with the rep. I mean, it is just like
Yeah,
a
see, well,
prepared
there's
statement,
two sides,
but
because I think the punch was involuntary. I think he should have probably been like, "Yo, are you okay?"
Yeah,
Or
he
like,
totally
"Oh,
didn't care that it
sorry."
happened.
Did not give a shit. Just
He
kept
went
playing
back
his
to
music,
just like smooth jamming.
but then his tweet. That's probably what he thought at the time. It is what it is. No matter what I do at this point, I still just punched a girl in the
Yeah.
face.
That's probably
I might
just
as well
Afro
just
Man's
go on.
mantra.
Probably.
Just in life, it is what it is.
I mean, he was in the middle of the song. You gotta
Is
finish
he a
the
good
jam.
rapper, Afro Man?
He's
I
got
mean,
some good songs.
He was Grammy
He's
Just
not,
got
nominated.
high.
he's not like
He was.
Apparently,
yeah,
a rep for the
he has some
Grammy nominated
good
rapper.
songs. He did what was it? He did a Christmas album,
Did he?
which
course
was
he did.
hilarious. It had like "Deck My Balls" on it. It
Ooh.
had "Violent Night," stuff like that.
This guy
He's a
sa-
really clever, like funny guy.
This guy sounds like Old Dirty Bastard, and
then he's one of the really
I'd get
big
behind that.
representatives, unsurprisingly, for like legalizing weed at the federal level.
Because he got
came
high.
out last year with a remix of "Because I Got High," talking about like I got over my glaucoma because I got high and like stuff.
Oh,
like that.
socially
Like, he had, like, a
conscious.
he had like a full song trying to legalize weed.
socially
Glaucoma
conscious
is-
Afro Man.
Yeah.
The eye
Glaucoma
thing,
is
right?
yeah.
Eye thing.
Okay.
And that can be not cured by medical marijuana, but it can help
Yeah,
you.
it reduces the pressure building
Yeah.
up in your
Is that
eyes.
like what that is? Like that's what makes your eyes cloudy or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know how it worked. I don't
Well,
really
now you
understand
know.
how any medicine works.
So, yeah,
Oh, well,
does
good thing you're
anyone-
not a doctor.
Does
Yeah, I
anyone
know.
here think that
Thank God.
he was in the wrong punching the girl in the face?
I
mean,
think
just,
as a rule, as a guy, you should never do it.
yeah, I mean,
but
just the brutalness of it.
Yeah, I think his reaction was like it was on him. It was bad for him the way he reacted. I think it's perfectly fine that he did it, but
Yeah, this whole thing is a bit of a gray area.
sorry, Walker.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
as Walker's adjusting on the fly here, his neck's
Yeah.
popping.
I just like
Adjusting
playing with the
on the
knobs.
fly.
No, your audio is just fine. I just want to twist the thing around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It calms him down.
So what's our next topic on the
Oh.
list?
Well,
Is it the
it
nickel-
involves
King
one of the
Gizzard and
greatest
Lizard
bands.
Wizard?
Okay.
No, it involves one of the greatest bands of our generation.
So this,
Just kidding.
Get
It's Nickelback.
this
people.
guy from Virginia represent Virginia.
Where in Virginia, though?
South. Wait, hold on. I know he's Southern Virginia. I think he's near Virginia Beach. I'm not sure. There's a guy named Jesse Carey who is an up and coming podcast guy.
We
to
can relate.
Shout out to the podcast.
to
thing.
raise charity for or to raise money for a charity called Charity Water. He is listening to 168 consecutive hours of Nickelback. So that's 7 days. He's listening to it from I think it started this Monday. I think it started at midnight and he's going until next Monday's midnight. His goal was to raise $10,000. He has broken $20,000 at this point, so he has achieved his goal
This has been going on since Monday.
since Monday. So it's been 2.5
God bless
days.
that
He's
man.
raised $20,000 for charity by listening to it. I feel like it's also really helped his podcast. Like
Yeah.
people, it made MTV News. It made DailyMail.uk. It made Google News. Like all this stuff because Nickelback is just, I don't know.
Can I
What's
ask
his-
something?
what-
Yeah.
As a guy who doesn't really listen to Nickelback, why are they so reviled?
Well,
Amongst
I
the
don't
music
really
community.
know. Like, I don't listen to Nickelback. I used to. I don't think they're a terrible band. I
do.
think everyone secretly is like, oh, cool, Nickelback.
Mm.
And then because the internet's like, boo, Nickelback, no
It's
one...
Nickelback
it just
they portray sort of the axis greed of like
Excess.
excess
Excess?
greed of rock and roll stars and
Okay, but Rockstar
It just-
is actually a really good song.
I
don't
hate
know.
that song.
like
I
that
absolutely.
song.
Here's my
Their songs
problem
to
with
me-
Nickelback.
all right, go.
It's just when I hear it, it's like the only thing I can picture when I'm listening to it is just something like it just sounds gross. I'm just imagining some like mingy old like gross looking dude singing this. Like that's just what it sounds like
Chad
to me.
Kroeger kind of is.
Yeah,
Although he did a song with Santana, and that wasn't a bad song. It
Yeah,
wasn't a
but
good song, but it wasn't a
Yeah.
bad song.
I
a lot of people have done stuff with Santana though, haven't they? He got around for a while.
yeah,
Dave Matthews did something with him.
did he?
Yeah, he did.
Ugh,
JTR,
I really
man.
like Dave
I like
Matthews, so-
Santana though.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're okay with Nickelback doing something with Santana,
I'm
but
kidding,
not Dave
people.
Matthews.
I'm
So-
kidding. But yeah, that
Since
is
every topic has had somewhat of a question so far, my question is, to raise money for charity, what band would you listen to 168 hours of that you do not like? So don't say you'll listen to your favorite band for 168 hours
Damn.
to raise money, because that's not how it works.
You want to go ahead? I have a band in mind.
I don't
Go
have
ahead.
anything. You
Yeah,
go ahead.
I
I
have
gotta
one.
think.
Go ahead, Steve.
Limp Bizkit. I would subject myself to that for charity.
Why
They're
don't you
awful.
like Limp Bizkit?
They are awful.
You didn't like them in that
It-
2000.
Their music sounds like it was written by a middle school kid whose parents are in the process of divorcing. That's what it sounds
Oh,
like. Okay.
Okay.
And
like
it's
it
just
is,
this
man.
unoriginal
Wow.
new metal, hip hop, rock mash, but it's so lazily done. And they played at the Woodstock 1999 anniversary festival.
Did they?
They did.
Wow.
And for those of you who don't know, that festival has gone down in infamy as having been the place of many riots, and a lot of bad things happened there. There were unfortunately a lot of assaults and rapes. Bad things went down, and it's believed that Limp Bizkit was
The cause of it all.
kind of
The root of all
because
Woodstock reunion
during that
related.
set, the lead singer kept on not like intentionally trying to ensue a riot, but
Yeah.
he was always like, "Yeah, let's burn this place down, man. We can do it, yeah." And yeah,
Right, Walker.
they
what
just
is-
represent everything that's
what is
wrong
your
with
band
music. I hate Limp
choice?
Bizkit.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Why?
that
Why
was
is
the direction. No, not really. They're not that bad. But in all, probably like some like just like heavy metal band, like probably Metallica actually. I don't like
Okay.
I don't like metal.
You-
I don't like Metallica.
Bastard. I like Metallica, but not as,
Alright.
not as much.
It's not. I don't understand. I
My
understand
friend
why
really
people
loves
like Metallica.
I
It just doesn't do
they're
anything
overrated to me.
Yeah.
Metallica?
They're
Yeah.
coming out with a new album.
Are they?
soon.
Aren't they always
It
coming
could
out
be
with
better
new
than
albums?
Lulu.
I don't think they've had a new album in a while.
Well,
No,
not?
they did
Can
a
my-
collaborative thing with Lou Reed.
They're saying that this is going to be comparable to the Black Album.
Lou Reed's dead.
Which one's that one?
Yeah,
It's
before
the
he
one
died.
that had
Oh.
Enter Sandman
Like
and
right
Wherever
before he
I May
died.
Roam. Like it had a
Oh.
lot of their big ones. on
It's
it.
their most successful
Wait, isn't
album.
Lars Ulrich the drummer?
Yeah.
Isn't he like absolutely batshit? Isn't he the
No.
one who hates like pirating and stuff?
Yeah, but he's just annoying, and he does have good points, but he's not crazy.
But, okay, so does he?
Oh,
Oh,
no. I was gonna
I want
ask
to talk about
Mike.
Lars Ulrich for a second before we move on.
All right.
Is he or is he not the guy who was mad at like streaming services?
No,
and,
he
like,
was. That's
iTunes?
him.
Okay, so
That
he's
was
the
also
dude.
Taylor Swift.
No, no, no.
This is
So
like
I mean, like
2000s with Napster.
I mean,
okay.
even like iTunes and stuff. Like people,
I don't
like
know.
online services selling his music.
I don't
Wasn't
know
he
who
the one
stands
who
on
got mad at
iTunes.
that?
I know he sued Napster back when that was popular, and
I forgot about
Yeah.
Napster.
He's a crazy looking dude, and I don't really like him.
yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right, Mike. So what?
Can
band would you listen
mine
to?
not be a band, but maybe it's just like a singer?
Go
Sure.
for it.
Taylor Swift.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
That's understandable.
Fucking can't stand that bitch. It's
Wow.
it's all about boyfriends and breaking up, and except for this "Shake It Off," which I liked at first, but
Hey,
it's overplayed.
Shake It Off. I hope my mom's not listening. I actually kind of like Shake It Off.
I'm gonna
My
let her
mom-
know.
All I heard when
Call your
that
mom
song
right
was
now.
like out and popular. I guess it still is out and popular, but when it first came out, my mom did nothing but just talk shit on that all day, every day. She was like, "Oh, I can't believe that Taylor Swift bitch and that Shake It Off song. I hate it." That's what my mom sounds
Good
like.
Lord.
So for my band, I'm stuck between two. The first one is kind of up Steve's Answers alley, and it's Insane Clown Posse. I don't know if I could make it through 7 days
Excellent
straight
choice. I don't think anyone
of
could.
listening to Insane. I don't think I can make it through 10
But-
minutes of Insane Clown Posse.
They're still a thing.
Yeah.
I
What-
could do 5 minutes.
Why don't
The
you-
other one,
Better yet,
isn't-
why don't you get
isn't
168
nec-
hours for charity, and then go to the Gathering, which is like in
Oh, the Gathering of the Juggalos.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, I'm about to
good,
say,
thanks.
All for
what's
charity,
worse, the
though.
band or the Juggalos and stuff? Because
Both.
weren't
Just think
recently.
anything related to ICP is just except for Backyard Wrestling 2 for the Xbox, which they were in for some reason, but that was a fantastic
Whoa.
video game.
Okay.
Highly recommend it.
All
Weren't
right.
Juggalos like officially classified within like the last?
Oh,
like,
as a
year or
gang
two?
by the FBI.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Oh
the
my
gang.
God.
That's awesome. That
I
just
mean,
made me.
not really, but
The other thing
That's
that's,
awesome.
a tie for that, of I don't think I could do 168 hours of, it'd be more manageable, which is saying something. They're not a band, but I think just theme songs from Nick Jr. TV shows. Like Lazy Town and Dora and Go Diego Go.
Lazy
I
Town wasn't
lose your
that bad,
mind.
I
no?
think that would be easier to listen to 7 days straight of than Insane Clown Posse.
I like
So,
the mashup of Lazy Town and Little John, right?
Yeah,
That was a
that's
good one.
Fantastic mashup.
is that in the same field house as Thomas the Dank Engine?
Yeah.
Oh, I
pretty
love
much.
Thomas the Dank Engine. Oh my
I
god.
like that a lot.
So you don't like Insane Clown Posse?
I do not.
Does
like
Does
anyone-
anybody
Insane Clown
really?
My
Posse.
cousin did.
It's
but-
Western PA. I feel like there's more juggalos here than you would imagine.
Really?
Hey,
I thought
man,
they
I'm
were
not
all in
from
like
Western
Montana
PA.
or the desert or something.
It's just places like it's just people in the middle of nowhere.
Montana or the
Or the
desert.
That's just
Any
like-
desert.
Kind of like GTA 5.
State of Montana or any desert.
the bikers.
Wade. No, Wade was a juggalo.
Oh
was he?
yeah. Well, he was
Oh.
a parody of a juggalo, but yeah, it wasn't
He was a
officially.
juggalo. He was on his way to the Gathering, then Trevor killed his friends, and then that's why he was with
Spoiler
Trevor.
alert.
Man,
And then he killed his
I
family
love
too.
GTA 5.
So
I'm
I
sad
love
'cause-
Rockstar games.
I'm sad because I can't remember any of the plot to GTA 5.
really,
People
I
always
played it. I
remind me, and
finished
I'm
it
like,
again
oh, yeah.
recently.
I've only done
All
one
I know
playthrough.
is I had a grenade launcher and a railgun the other day playing off Walker's account, and that was
Oh my God.
fun times.
Oh, and there's a feature on
Wait,
Xbox
GTA
One.
5 is a railgun?
The
It's
newer
online?
version.
It's a if you
The
played the
one
Yeah.
version, the Xbox One version.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah if you played
I
the
have a
360
360.
version, when you upgrade, you get like certain guns and stuff.
Oh.
And that was one of them. But there's like a feature on the Xbox One where you can record the past 30 seconds of gameplay.
Oh my gosh.
And there was this moment when Nick was
Oh my
doing this,
gosh.
when out of the smoke of just like and the rubble
The
of like
explosion of
cop
cars,
cars.
like the aftermath of just blowing up like 30 cop cars. Just a car like out of like a 90s like shoot 'em up film. A car just shoots out of the smoke and just runs me over. And it was out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming. It was crazy.
And we
Oh,
didn't catch
GTA.
it. We recorded it, but all we got was just like the wasted
me-
thing of just
yeah.
Nick falling back. It was a beautiful moment. It was an absolute. It was one of those perfect moments you only get like. What
Was there another topic?
is there?
Oh, Vanilla Ice got arrested for stealing some stuff.
I heard about that.
Like
But I didn't
bicycles.
really like read up on it.
Neither did I. I knew he did a thing for the HGN. What is that? The no. What's,
Home and Garden Network.
yeah, something like that. I knew he did a show for them.
Shows
and
you where his career
Oh,
is at.
Yeah.
the Amish. Vanilla Ice living with the Amish or whatever.
That's not
Amish
the one I'm
Mafia.
thinking of, but all right.
He did that was a couple years ago. He did
Yeah.
something. I think it was TLC.
So this is
sidebar. He caught me watching on Amish Mafia.
I came in and started watching with
Fakest
him.
show.
Oh,
It
It's
is
the
a fake
fakest show
show.
ever. I was
It's-
like, I was amazed how.
Like people from the show or like who work on the show admit that there's actually like a written script
Yeah.
to the show.
but just oh my god, that show is absolutely. Well, so I watched the first episode, like when it around the time when it came out with my dad, and my dad just absolutely loved it, and he wanted to believe. It was like the X-Files. He wants to believe, but
See,
and
I
then
think it's because like we're in Pennsylvania, so when we see stuff like this happening, we're like, "Wow, this is the fakest show I've ever seen."
because we're
But
so
I feel like
it's such a
people
part
like
of our lives.
not in Pennsylvania don't encounter the
Yeah.
Amish on a regular basis.
People in
the
They're
city
like,
are-
oh my god,
yeah.
Amish people are so hardcore.
I guess I've always just because I've lived in like this area since forever. Well, my entire life, which is only like 19 years. Is that how old I am?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just like accustomed to
Nick
the
had
Amish.
to clarify how old Walker was.
So I don't
It's
think
on the
about
record,
like
people.
in like Los Angeles or something, or like in London where there's no Amish anywhere around there. Do they know what the Amish are like?
Well,
I
to
feel
be
like their
fair,
entire reference of Amish people is from Weird Al Yankovic's Amish Paradise.
that's a good song.
Uh,
To be fair, the Amish do partake in the Rumspringa, which is this. I forget how long it is.
Amish
but-
Gone Wild.
Yeah, it's basically Amish young people get the opportunity to experience,
Oh, they get like one
Real
week
life,
in the outside world or
and
whatever.
there's a very high percentage of those Amish people getting addicted to drugs, and so I guess the good folks at TLC thought they could profit off of that by
Yeah.
totally
oh yeah.
Wow.
hyperbolizing it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
This
It is
is
a big
it's
deal,
because
though.
like they spend like
Yeah,
a week.
Rumspringa?
In their
yeah,
I think they spend like a week. It might be more than that out
Yeah.
in the quote unquote real
yeah,
world.
and they get a
And
choice.
then they get to decide if they want to
Stay or
stay
go.
or leave.
They usually come back
Should
though,
I
don't
stay
they?
or should I go?
Because I would imagine like as an
Thanks,
Amish
Steve.
person,
What?
just like randomly rolling out into the big city, that's got to be like
Culture shock.
culture shock to like the
The
highest
highest
degree
extent
that you can
possible.
imagine. Like that's got to be absolutely like mind-numbingly just crazy for some Amish person who has been living with horses and buggies to just go into the city and there's cars and there's like people and there's like whoa.
On the other
just-
side of that, though,
cell phones.
on the other side of
Cell
that, though,
phones?
maybe some people just have that inherent drive to go find bigger and better things to travel, and I don't know.
I imagine
think,
some
I
of
think
them,
that's a
yeah.
very progressive idea.
where
the
do they
Fun
Amish
go?
fact I
have.
found out: the Amish are allowed to use electronics and things with combustible engines. They just can't own them.
The Mennonites can.
Yeah, Mennonites can.
Yeah, isn't that like kind of like the main plot point of Amish Mafia? It's like the Mennonites.
They're actually Mennonites.
versus-
They're not Amish. Like,
Well, no. Some of the Amish people, but they have like Mennonite like allies that are like
Do you remember
rejects from the
last
actual
year,
Mennonites.
People from that show actually came to do a Q&A at IUP.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that was
University
Breaking
Square.
characters?
What?
That was Breaking
Oh, it was? I
Amish.
thought it was
Yeah.
the Amish Mafia.
yeah. Those were
Whatever.
actual Amish people.
Slightly more
Uh,
realistic.
I just know some Amish TV show people came to IUP last semester.
Why didn't we go to that?
That's
we
a good
should've.
question.
It was
That'd have
at
been
the
awesome.
University Square.
Where's University Square?
It's
It's right there.
commonplace.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know where these places are. I just know that
You've been to
entire
some
building
places.
is
Episode
a
of the
common place.
podcast is not brought to you by University Square.
Because we don't know where it is.
It's not brought to you by
Walker
Commonplace.
doesn't know where it is.
Delicious coffee that I am drinking right now.
In a booth that does not allow beverages.
I am not drinking coffee in here. We're not allowed to have beverages. Does that say up there?
Beverages.
Yeah.
Beverages.
It says it
Beverages.
somewhere.
Somewhere.
Beverages.
I think it's
All right,
probably out
so
there.
I think that was our last topic.
Yeah.
Is
So
it?
we should
It was a
go-
bit of a slow week in
we
terms
should,
of
yeah,
music
there
I
wasn't
mean,
a
I've
lot of
got some-
music going on.
I got.
So-
Oh wait, no, I have one thing. I forgot
Oh.
to tell you guys. Iggy Azalea. She decided she wants some Papa John's, so she ordered some Papa John's, and whoever was
How
working at Papa
fancy.
John's, and they gave out her
Yeah, right
number.
now.
They gave out her number.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah, you heard about this?
Yeah.
I have one of the text messages you got from someone. Hello, is this Iggy Azalea? My brother had delivered something from Papa John's to you, and he gave me the number on Friday night. And there's something hyperlink there. I don't know what it is. I am your #1 fan. Call me back, please. If this you, please answer. You are my idol.
Huh.
Man.
I'm reading it as
That's
it's written down.
Pretty
so.
sweet demographic she has there, Iggy Azalea.
And she, oh my God, so she said something like about it on Twitter and stuff. The Papa John's Twitter account said, this. I'm just gonna read their
Oh,
entire
they
tweet.
fired the guy, right? I think
they
I think
had
do
to
it.
have. They
Yeah.
had to have.
You can't just keep that person.
Like here's the tweet. At Iggy Azalea, #we should have known better. Customer and employee privacy is important to us. Please don't #bounce us. Exclamation point.
so professional.
So professional. Her response was, "I don't think data breach is funny. If you expect me, I expect you to contact me to explain how you are going to rectify your breach."
Good for her.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
she
for
was
you, Iggy.
very grown up about it. I'm looking at all these things right here. She handled it pretty well. She could have freaked out, but she didn't.
I mean, it could have been her representatives that sent that
I
tweet,
doubt
but
it. I mean,
I've seen like stuff like this happen before with like big companies' Twitter accounts. Did they just hire like a 19-year-old intern out of college because the people who run
Probably.
the company don't know anything about
it's
Twitter?
probably actually internships because I've had to look up a lot of it, like openings and internships, and a lot of them are just running social media for the company. So.
That's got to be a sweet internship, I guess. I mean, you don't really have to do much. If that's your
Sweet in
thing,
those
if you want to
terms,
be a
yeah.
professional tweeter at some point in your life. So
you
yeah,
have horrible aspirations. I should
Papa John's.
reconsider
If
them.
you're famous and but why wouldn't she have like? Why would she use her?
Because
There
why
has to be a
wouldn't
certain
you?
amount of common sense. She's like an incredibly famous person.
Did you ever see the thing where in the phone book, if you look up Adam West, it says see Bruce Wayne, and then you go to Bruce Wayne and it says see Batman, and if you go to Batman, it says see Adam West. None of his info is in the phone book. It just switches between
Yeah,
those three.
That's amazing.
Adam West.
Like I've
Thank you,
heard,
Mike.
because you got to think like how hard is it to like as like an incredibly famous person where people are trying like constantly to get to you, how like hard it has to be to like hide your information. Apparently with like cell services and stuff like that, you can pay more to have like a more private account
Yeah.
where they'll take certain measures to hide your stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
That's
sense.
Why
awesome.
wouldn't you do it? Because you have the money.
Yeah,
to
I
do
know.
It.
Yeah.
I just never knew that until until I heard about it, obviously. But that just like that made perfect sense. And it was like I always thought like, how do they do that? Like that's got to be really difficult. Did they just like not have cell phones or? But they do. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably again they're like interns and stuff. I still like.
well,
I mean, aside from that thing
I
that
think
Iggy
he's talking about
sent,
Iggy Azalea's
Yeah.
phone number, not.
yeah, or just like anybody who has a personal
Yeah.
phone. I don't think they have an intern to call their mom and say, "Hi, mom, just calling to
True.
check in.
True.
It's my intern. Actually, I'm the intern. I'm calling you on behalf of Tom
See,
Cruise."
that's why you just do online orders for pizza.
Exactly. Or
Moral
just
of the
have like
story.
This
an
podcast
agent-
is brought to you by Domino's
or get a
Order
$5
Pizza.
hot and ready pizza.
It was
from
Papa
Caesar-
John's.
or Little Caesars.
Yeah,
even
we're
though
not
they're
actually
not the
sponsored by
best.
them, so
we don't
really.
we don't have any sponsors.
no, we have zero.
We sponsor ourselves. We talked about SpongeBob last week.
We did.
Let's talk about SpongeBob again real quick because
Uh-oh.
this is a quick thing. In Concord,
Finland.
I guess, or somewhere in California, I think. There's a drive-in theaters. I assume everyone knows how drive-in theaters work, right?
Yeah.
There's like multiple lanes, and you can usually see the other movie like right next to you. So this drive-in theater decided it was going to be a good idea to, at the same time, play the SpongeBob movie. And then,
50 Shades.
yeah, right on the other side was 50 Shades of
Mr.
Grey.
SquarePants will see you now.
I hope you like leather,
They did
Mr.
advertise,
Tentacles.
like the SpongeBob movie did use 50 Shades of Grey to like advertise their movie.
Yes, but that's a little different than playing the movie right next
Are
to.
you sure it wasn't 50 Shades of Steve Buscemi?
Oh God.
That's a YouTube
I still haven't
video.
watched that.
Look it up. It's beautiful.
You still haven't seen that?
No, I still haven't seen
It's
it.
so good.
I know I'm behind. I'm sorry.
It's Steve Buscemi, so of course it's good. But
All right.
it's really
Anything?
good.
Any other little tidbits?
Do you want to talk about the drones?
Not really.
Yeah, who cares?
All right.
Drones are bad.
Yeah.
We know.
They're not bad. All
They're
right.
not
Well, I'm
good.
going to defend them now because
How
you
many
called them
people
bad.
Let's
have been
not
killed
get
by
into a
dr- yeah,
40-minute
let's-
politic
Yeah.
session.
It's not a politic thing.
Yes, it is.
It's an RC toy.
2 versus 1.
Okay,
Walker.
let's
Mike,
get into our recommendations
what's your opinion on drones,
of
real
the
quick?
week. Walker stuff.
He asked me a question about drones. Can I?
Don't answer
Don't
it.
You're allowed to answer.
override.
It's just a yes or no. That's it.
It's gonna be 40 minutes of politics now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm asking for a yes or no. It's 2 seconds.
Do I what?
Mike, yes or no, drones.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
Okay. Recommendations of the week. Let's start with Mike.
Hey, since
Oh, or
this
not.
is, I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, since this
You
was
douche.
a bit of a shorter episode, more than
Was it
one
though?
recommendation. That's
More
all I'm
than
saying.
one?
Just
Oh
like
my
a couple
gosh.
songs.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
man.
all I'm saying.
Oh, it's just
I didn't even
songs.
come prepared with one, so now I got to think of two.
Uh-oh.
Starting with me.
Yeah.
All right, my first one. I guess we can start with one, and then we can work our way around to our
Okay.
second one if you want to do that.
Whatever floats your boat, Mike.
I would recommend the artist Gordon Lightfoot. Race Among the Ruins is one of my favorites of his, not one of his well-known ones. So if you want to, like, his music's really chill. It's not country. It's more folk. Canadian folk artist. Very,
I like folk music.
Okay.
very, he's older. I think some of his songs were from, like,
How long has he been around?
Oh, boy. 60s? 70s?
Oh, wow.
70s,
This is like
actually?
Leonard Cohen, then, in a sense.
In a sense,
Canadian
yeah.
folk. Never mind.
But I recommend Gordon Lightfoot. Really,
Gordon
really,
Lightfoot.
really good stuff.
Cool.
All
I've
right.
heard of him. I don't think I've listened
I've
to
not
any
heard of
his
him.
stuff.
I will
I've
check him
not.
out.
All right, Walker.
Oh, I'm going next? I guess we're going clockwork. Okay. I gotta think of
Did you
another
say
one.
clockwork instead
Clockwork
of
Orange?
Clockwise.
That's what I was
Orange.
thinking of.
Clockwise. Oh, right.
That was
sorry.
an interesting book to read.
Last week, I think it was last week, trailer came out for Just Cause 3. I don't know if anyone played Just Cause here. All right.
I did.
You did? Okay.
A little bit.
So Just Cause, you know the game.
Yeah.
So Just Cause 3 came out, the trailer came out, and it was a really cool trailer. It was just like really slow motion. It was just like explosion. There's a car coming out of it. It was absolutely ridiculous. But there was a song in the background. I'm like, that's a really cool song. I'm going to look it up. Some Dutch dude named Torre Florim, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't speak Dutch. So he comes from a band called like
Freaky deaky
Destaat, like 2 A's, Staat. Sorry, any
Staat.
Dutch people. Is that how you pronounce it? Destaat. But the song is called Firestarter. Pretty cool song. I really liked it. It's a cool trailer. Watch the trailer. Just Cause 3 trailer. It's just a cool thing. So, yeah, that's my suggestion.
Okay. On to me. I would recommend the song Devil and Us by the Flatbush Zombies, and they are a hip-hop group from Brooklyn, specifically the Flatbush section of Brooklyn. And they're just a very trippy hip-hop group, and they're all really good rappers. They all have very strange voices. When I first heard them, I had the thought of, like, wow, this is what this is what I wanted Odd Future to sound like. You know, they have this very fun, but also kind of dark presence in their music. They're very good, and that song is off of the album called Drugs, so you get an idea of what
Tom DeLonge
there-
listens to it.
Tom DeLonge does listen to Flatbush Zombies. And if that's the case, then Tom DeLonge isn't such a bad guy then, because they are really good. So yeah, Devil and Us.
All right. We about 10 minutes before this podcast started, we were perusing the music library here at WIUPFM.
Are you going with Chumbawamba?
And I found 3 separate albums of Chumbawamba. But the one song I'm going to recommend to you is the Flaming Lips did a remix of Tub Thumping. It's really chill, but it's still really, from what I heard, it's still like a good bar kind of song.
I can support that. I did hear the same song. It was very good.
Yeah.
Flaming Lips did them right.
All right, back to Mike.
I recommend the song "I'm No Superman" by Laszlo Bain.
There you go. I play
Hey.
that every week on my show. That's not even
because
hyperbole.
it's not because
It's actually just called Superman.
is it
Yeah.
just Superman? Oh, okay.
Just listen to Laszlo Bain.
Yeah,
Honestly.
good guy.
Oh.
Not only because it's the theme song of my favorite TV show ever, Scrubs. It's
Yeah.
just a good song. Walker.
Yeah, Laszlo Bain. I'm gonna piggyback off you right now. Laszlo Bain is a monster. He's in a good way.
He covers AC/DC.
Yeah, that's exactly
and
what I
it
was saying.
sounds like AC/DC. It is insane.
If you hadn't told me that was a cover of an ACD song, ACDC, I would have just assumed that was ACDC. There is no discernible difference between his voice and whoever sings for ACDC's voice. I don't remember his
He
name.
also covers Aha with Take On Me. He does Lime in the Coconut. Like, I think he has an entire album of just covers of 80s songs.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have it? You should get it.
It's on Spotify.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh. All right, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. All
So
right.
that was
so I
your
guess it's-
recommendation?
No.
No. No.
Recommendation. Oh, sorry, Steve. Saw you shake your head over there.
Just-
Since we're doing two, I wasn't gonna mention it, but I guess I have to now.
New
If we're-
DMB.
No,
Oh,
there's no
good for
DMB.
you.
If there was new DMB,
We
What's
would
her name
know.
said there was last week?
who?
One of the DJs.
No. That's newest DMB, but that still
Oh,
came out
okay.
like 2 years ago.
All right.
It's 2012, I guess. That was Away from the World. It was all right. If we're talking about if I had to recommend what I've been listening to the most of,
No.
Puffy, Amy, Yumi. I realized they were a thing this week. We actually listened to them in my English class, which was a little weird. And yeah, I really like it. If you like girl bands, I guess it's basically a girl band. It is a girl band. They just speak Japanese. All right.
Japanese girl band.
If I had to
Wonderful.
recommend a song, there's a song called Doki Doki, Doki space Doki. I love that song. It's so fun. It's just oh my god, I love it. I love it.
What about you, Steve?
All right, my next recommendation is by a band called Fucked Up. They're a
Wow.
hardcore band from Toronto, and
That's so metal.
it's actually not. There's two different genres. Nick, get your shit
Oh,
together.
No, it's a saying.
I know,
Steve.
Yeah,
I know,
Steve,
okay.
I know. But the song is called "Son the Father," and it opens with flutes, but the flutes turn into feedback, and that just erupts into this awesome.
How do flutes turn into feedback?
It doesn't turn into. It just blends in. It starts with
Ah.
flutes, and then it slowly blends into the feedback of a guitar, and then it starts the song. The 6-minute, really heavy, really fast, really aggressive,
Is it jazz
fun.
flute?
It's not jazz flute. It's just a little.
It's not
Jazz
jazz flute.
flute.
It's not jazz flute. But no, it's very good. I wanted to play it on my show, but the band fucked up, and I'm like, I would have to explain why I can't say the band's
Just
name.
say effed up.
F star.
You already
star.
said fucked up.
but not on a show.
Not
Oh,
on
not
the
on your
air.
show.
Yeah,
Not,
Okay.
not
this
with
is not
FCC
FCC.
Fudged up.
regulations.
Fudged up.
Because
Maybe.
we had the other band. We had
There's
Starfucker on
something-
rotation at one
yeah.
point. I think they just call it
There's like the something
STRFKR.
bastards on rotation too.
Heartless Bastards.
Yeah.
Well,
something.
I don't think they were on rotation, were they?
Perhaps I shall
But
reconsider.
bastard, I think you're allowed to say. Fucker is a lot different, but
so
I think you just say
my
effed up.
other recommendation is the Harlan Twins. I saw them live last semester. They are a bluesy slash kind of heavy rock, but not
Like
really.
folk rocky.
They're a jam band. They are from Pittsburgh. They're from a
Yeah, they are.
record label called Wild Kindness Records. Look them up. They're pretty cool. The song I would recommend is "Stones in My Passway."
Oh, that's a Robert
it's-
Johnson song.
It is different, actually. I was gonna say that it's different lyrics, different tune, all that stuff. Because he starts by saying there are no stones in my pathway. So it is a different song. It's a really like slow, somewhat somber song, and then they just have this like not a build up, but just like an instant switch of just getting into this really crazy like guitar. It's just a really powerful song, in my opinion.
I can confirm this.
Harlan Twins, Stones in My Pathway.
Represent Pittsburgh, everyone. Harlan Twins. They do a song called "I Can't Be Blue in Bloomfield." Bloomfield's in Pittsburgh.
Cool.
Local song. I like it.
Sweet.
I guess. So I guess that's it for this week.
Yeah, good.
Podcast
Good
number
show,
3.
everyone.
Insert outro music here.
Insert here. No, I'm not gonna do it just because of
Oh
that.
God.
I'm gonna wait.
Oh man, now this is gonna be awkward silence.
Oh wait, okay. We have to have him come in here for just a second.
for a
before we lose.
recommendation.
Get him on. Come on in.
Just
Here
open
he
the door
comes.
for him.
Everybody,
Ladies
Mike,
and gentlemen,
gonna
I
hand
have
him
to
the
squeeze over
microphone?
here.
Oh boy.
Josh Miller, the 17th one at IUP, apparently, has just entered the booth.
Hey.
You can say
Hopefully
hi
that's
into
on,
any microphone you
You
choose.
can take mine, Josh.
Or you can just yell into the room.
It's all good. I'll just yell.
Okay.
We'll pick you up.
We
on
were
4
doing song
microphones.
recommendations. Do you
Song
have a
recommendations.
song/artist recommendation for everyone?
For what style?
Any style
Any
you
song.
Ooh.
Sorry
Art
to-
Blakey and the Jazz Messengers moaning.
Want? Oh,
Gotta get
Art
the
Blakey.
throwback.
Got to get that
Gotta get the
jazz on
throwbacks in
there.
Hey. This is a
Wonderful.
sweet guest.
Yeah.
Art
Is
Blakey,
this
man.
is this a foreshadowing to next week's one?
Yeah, I was
where
about to
we'll
say.
Actually have him on.
Next
Possibly,
week,
Possibly. I was just, I don't know. I was,
Man,
I
I'm
just
going to
came
go
over
home and I'm going to listen to Thessalonius Monk and Art Blakey now for like an hour. Probably more than an hour.
Make it a
Yeah,
jazz
probably
night.
not.
Get some,
Yeah, you
get some
know.
nice
Hey.
cheese and some.
think you
some
can put on that
Oh,
one
yeah.
record.
Real
you
nice
have.
cheese.
Wine if you're of age, but
Grape
Or if
juice will
you're
work.
not, it's
Or-
you know,
yeah,
it's
or some
college.
ice grape cheese.
Yeah.
Welch's is fine.
So yeah,
Podcast is
next
brought to you
week.
by Welch's. Welch's grape juice. No, it's not.
This
Lie.
podcast sponsored by everyone.
Yeah.
So next week,
Not Papa
hopefully
John's.
JM will be on here. Does that sound
Hopefully.
about right?
Hopefully, yeah.
So this is foreshadowing.
Actually, I was just wondering what you guys are all doing in my office.
Oh,
Oh,
Actually,
so you get office hours too.
We're
Okay,
busted,
I
everyone.
see how
Get
it
get
is.
out.
I'm
It's
kidding,
canceled.
I'm kidding. This
That's
is
it.
my office.
All
all right. Well, thank you for stopping by, JM. It was good to see you. Here, you want some coffee? There's like
Which
literally
isn't
a sip
allowed in
left.
the
No, I'm
booth.
good, thanks.
I mean, there is no coffee, but if there was coffee, I would offer it to you.
Well,
So,
definitely take it.
Good,
Good
good
way-
cover walker.
yeah, good way to end it. JM's here. All right. Is that it? Anybody have anything else to say?
Yep.
All right, we're done.
We're done.
Okay.